Hi, I'm Mark Finney, and a few years ago we made a very popular video called How to Make Wood Lighter and Prevent Orange Tone on Wood. This shows how to retain more of a natural wood colour or to create a lightened effect by using our professional white water stain and finished trade acrylic varnish. Many customers have achieved fantastic results using this method, and there are examples on our website reviews page for you to look at. But there are also some other techniques that crop up in conversation with customers, so we thought that a second video would help to iron out some of the queries that we receive. This new video builds on the How to Make Wood Lighter and Prevent Orange Tone video. We use the professional white water stain rather than dilute white paint because it's easier to control and gives a better result, showing more grain pattern of the wood. And we use the trade acrylic varnish because, unlike standard finishes, it is very low colour change and does not generally bring out the golden tone of the wood or alter colour over time. Practically all clear finishes, even clear tap water, will bring out this natural golden tone in wood, and this will spoil the lightening effect of the white stain. I'll just show you how just wetting this piece of oak here darkens and it goes very much more golden, and that's a clear finish. So people get very confused about that. The trade acrylic is modified also to make it tough enough even for floors. The original video shows around 15% of the trade acrylic being added into the white before diluting the stain. I've popped a little bit of white just into this pot, and it doesn't have to be exactly measured as 15%, it's just a small amount. So we basically would put in, say, that amount. That's probably about 15%, doesn't matter if it's a little bit more or a little bit less, but it is important that it gets thoroughly stirred so that so it acts as a binding agent, which is basically a glue to reduce the effect of the trade acrylic lifting the white on first application and so prevent patchiness. Sometimes customers ask us about oils that have a little white added into them by the manufacturer and how this compares to the professional white wood stain and trade acrylic varnish method. Oils are colour enhancing, which means that they will darken the wood on application just like the water did, and a little like a pebble darkening when you dip it into the sea. So although the wood will look paler than just using neat oil, it will still be darker and much more golden than just using the trade acrylic on its own, even without using any of the white at all. You can also control the lightening effect to suit your own taste, and I'll show you a little bit of that in a while. So for new pine, and I have a piece here, the stain might be very heavily diluted, maybe 4 or 5 parts water to 1 part stain. But for old pine, which has aged and is so very much darker, the ratio might be 1 to 1 or even neat. You can also use the same 2 products following a different technique. Sometimes we don't want to see any of the white at all, we just want to reduce the darkening effect that finishes have when they are applied to bare wood. Even though the trade acrylic has very little effect in most cases, a little of the white helps reduce this even further. So this is what to do. Only a very small amount of the professional white water stain is added into the trade acrylic, maybe 0.5, 1%. And I have a sample here where this is about 0.5%. And you can see where that line is, that's very much paler than it would be if the wood was with a standard clear finish. So you can see that we've changed it from this effect to this very much more natural oak effect. Now you can increase the amount of the white, so you can make it up to 1% or 2%. And there's a piece of timber here that just shows you that's at a 2% strength, and this one is at a 4% strength. So the more you increase it, the more you get the white showing through. And this is using exactly the same 2 products, but in this case adding the white actually into the trade acrylic. If you're looking for increased protection, bear in mind that if you're adding the white actually into the trade acrylic, then as you walk, say, on a floor, that will actually wear out, whereas if the white is underneath, like the original video, the overall finish will last longer. So if it doesn't matter about protection, then obviously you can use these methods, it's a little bit quicker. But if you want the full protection, it's better to use the white first and the trade acrylic on top. In adding white into the trade acrylic, you can actually put 5%, even 10%. But obviously at these higher levels, you will start to see a very much whitened appearance. The white can be added into any of the layers of acrylic and don't have to be the same strength. Usually 2 or 3 coats of finish are applied, so you can adjust what you've done so far. Each layer lightens the wood a little further, and you can use this technique on top of how to make the wood lighter video if you have already started to apply trade acrylic. The trade acrylic varnish is not a standard decorator's acrylic finish, which is a decorative finish and not tough enough for a lot of modern living. Many water-based varnishes are actually urethanes and will alter colour over time, as well as being slightly golden to begin with. Unfortunately, we do get some customers who use the white but then use the wrong top coat and they have problems. So if you're unsure about anything, please do get in touch. The trade acrylic is available in matte, which is a subtle sheen, or satin, which is a noticeable sheen but not gloss. There can sometimes be a slight mellowing of the wood itself in the following months, so take this into account and initially make the effect just a little bit whiter than you would normally do to begin with, and that will then adjust itself over the following months. Another product that can be used in place of the trade acrylic where no shine at all is the preferred option is our invisible oil. This isn't quite as tough as the trade acrylic, but will still resist general wear and tear. You can use the invisible oil with the white using exactly the same techniques as with the trade acrylic. The processes that we've shown sound complicated, but they're really quite easy, and any queries concerning a technique shown on any of our videos, then please do get in touch. Finney's make wood finishing easy.